In this video, I'm going to show you the 9 reasons why this White Duck Outdoors Scout Rover tent is better than your rooftop tent. So number 9, if you tend to overland or off-road and you go to certain areas where you basically camp in the same spot and then hit different trails on different days, well, this is perfect to set up a base camp. That way, once you go off-roading, your vehicle is going to be lighter. You can store all the gear you don't need, so you don't need to pack up every morning and bring everything with you. Because we all know being lighter on the trail, whether it's snow wheeling or rock crawling, is much better than being fully loaded. Now number 8, you're not top heavy. With this type of setup, most of the stuff can be packed inside. This tent here is under 60 pounds, packs nicely in the bag. Even if you do end up putting it on your roof rack, you can take it down before you go off-roading once you set up your camp. Since I've made the switch, I've been very happy to get that heavy tent off the top of my Bronco. And plus I don't have to take it on and off or leave the tent up there all year round. Because honestly, I just find my Bronco looks better without a rooftop tent on top. Number 7, teamwork. If you're always going off-roading or overlanding with the same people, once the cold weather hits, if you want to do some winter camping with your friends, not everybody needs to get one. 1 or 2 people get a hot tent like this, and then you're able to camp all year round. Up to 4 people can comfortably stay in this Scout Rover tent. So only 1 person needs to bring a tent. Everybody else can leave the rooftop tents at home. The perfect example is the military. When we used to go out in the field, in the winter months, we had 5-man tents and everybody shared the workload. Everything got set up really quick. It's just perfect for that. Reason number 6, your wood stove will replace your cooking stove, diesel heater, propane, all that good stuff. And if you're going as a group, that replaces it for all those people because you can use it for heating, for cooking. All you gotta do is bring a little bit of dry wood, some good fire starters, and you should be able to replenish your supply from deadfall. Number 5, wet gear. Your boots are wet, your socks are wet, your pants are wet from off-roading all day, or, from just being out in the elements. Well, no problem with the hot tent because you can hang everything up and every morning all your gear is going to be perfectly dry. Reason number 4, bad weather. Everybody's been out camping in their rooftop tent and it's windy or it's raining, it's snowing, you get wet, you're cold, it just makes for an unpleasant trip. Well, with the Rover Scout tent with a hot stove, it actually makes it more interesting. It actually makes the trips more epic, I would say, because you can go out, you don't have to worry about it, and even if you go out with a group of 3 or 4, if everybody else has rooftop tents, they'll be pretty happy that they'll have a spot in your hot tent once you get it set up that they can come, warm up, dry their gear, and reset for the next day. Number 3, cost. If you're just getting into overlanding, off-roading, camping, you'll be hard-pressed to find a decent rooftop tent for under $1,500, $2,000. You can get the Scout Rover tent, inexpensive cot, just a whatever sleeping bag because you have the hot stove, and you're not even going to hit that $1,500 mark. And also, my $100 cot that I bought is way more comfortable than my rooftop tent mattress was, and most rooftop tent mattresses are pretty lacking unless you go to like the $5,000-$6,000 rooftop tents. Number 2, whenever you're on a trip, wake up in the morning, what are you gonna do? Nobody likes doing that in the cold. And the number 1 reason my Scout Rover tent is better than your rooftop tent is maintenance. You ever go camping and you have to pack up wet when it's raining or snowing? Well, you don't want to leave your rooftop tent folded when it's soaked because you're going to get mold, and if it's in the winter, it might freeze together. So it's just a pain in the ass. Unless you have a huge garage that you can get home and open it up again, it's really hard in the winter to dry that rooftop tent. With my Scout Rover tent, I just fold it up. When I get home, I just throw it in my basement until it dries. No big deal. Alright, so that's the 9 reasons, but I have a few bonus reasons that I came up with while filming this video. If you're over 40, setting up a rooftop tent, especially if it's not a hard shell, you got a lot of climbing around your vehicle to do. It can be a little challenging. I'm not saying it's the end of the world, but setting up this white duck tent is way easier, especially on the knees and on your back, and I can do it actually faster than setting up my rooftop tent. Now, yes, if you have a $5,000–6,000 rooftop tent that just opens up and sets itself up, fine, I get it. But you got to look at the price comparison here. And the last bonus reason that I have, if your wife and kids don't like camping in the cold and they don't want to go out whenever the weather's not nice, well, this is the perfect solution. Just check out this video of my wife, 2 kids, 2 dogs, and myself camping in below freezing weather.